What's up, Facebook fam? It's your boy Chris Nunn, aka a Christian. I'm driving down I-75 South. It says NB to Chattanooga. Anyways, I'm headed to Atlanta, Georgia, to see my boy Henry Murphy with Rep the King magazine and Z180 radio and man's into a lot of stuff. And so today I'm going down to do a photo shoot for Rep the King magazine. But as I've been driving, I had to turn off the radio. I was like, man, I was listening to my worship music, and just like, yeah, I was like, man, I need something from God. I need to hear from God. Not that you can't hear from God through music, but I want something fresh. I want something, I want to communicate with God. So I was like, man, okay, when's the last time I asked God, what's He saying? What are you saying today, to me, to us, right now? Because I was kind of struggling with, normal I'm in church, I'm outside of my normal routine, and then we get up on Sunday morning, go to church, come back, do homework, or get behind the wheels of steel and mix some music down, or do something, but today is a different day, it's a day to do something different, lots of time to think, and so I was like, man, I'm not be worshiping right now, and the thought came to mind, I believe God put it in my heart, like, the question, what is worship and what is real worship, and it's like, real worship is obedience. The whole purpose of man is to glorify God, so if you're not glorifying God, then you're already in disobedience. And He's given us all specifically gifts and talents and a mission and a call, a mantle to take upon ourselves. And if we're not living that out, if we're not being who He's called us to be, if we're not being the identity that He's called us, He calls us by name and a specific purpose to do a specific thing in our short period of time on this earth, And if we're not doing that, we're not worshiping Him to the fullness. Like, yeah, we can go out and we can be serving and doing this and doing that, and you can be doing that and totally still be out of the will of God, So you have to know what your purpose is. You have to, and like today is a day for me to really sit and think and really talk to God. Like, what's going on? Like, where are you taking me, and where do you want me to go? Am I off the path? Am I on the path? Is this, what's going on? Because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Like, that God has a will, so we have to submit to that. Submit our plans and our desires. He's put things in our heart. There's also things in our heart that may not be from Him, or maybe, they may be good things, but it might not be for you. So, I continually find myself submitting, my hopes and dreams and desires and everything to God, and, so that I might worship Him, So that's my challenge to you is, are you worshiping God? Is what you're doing, are you being, not just doing, are you being who He's called you to be? Have you taken on the mantle and said, yes, I am who God has called me to be. I am doing, and I am being who He's called me to be. There's a lot of good mentors I've had in the past, preachers, such as Dr. Dan Stanley and Michael Fletcher and Sean Bynum. There's a lot of men that have spoken into my life. Mike and Sam from the Mac Bible Study, up at Rockfish Church. That's my little plug for that. But it's all about purpose, though. What is the purpose? Man, I don't think there's a better joy on this earth, besides the day you receive salvation than living out your purpose when you get to heaven, hearing, "Good and well done, my faithful servant." My faithful servant. Servants receive orders and they go and carry those orders out from the master. So are you following the master? Who's your master? Because your master is who you worship. So I challenge you to find that out and pursue that with everything you have, Line it up with the Word. Is it lining up with the Word of God? Is it lining up with the Great Commission? Is it lining up with, what you're obviously equipped with the burdens that God's put in your heart to, the problems in this earth that you see, and you say, man, I have this, and I can affect that with what I have, with who I am, and do that, live 100 years, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, you never know your day, but however long it is, we all live it out to the fullness, to the glory of God, the fullness of which we can glorify God with. Anyways, it's getting long. God bless. Peace.